Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali. How are you guys doing? So good to see each and every one of you out there, home in Guyana, around the world in the diaspora region 11. It's good to see each and every one of you this evening. So happy that you guys can join us tonight. We get views in for last evening. Davian James and Yannick Lynch. Good to see you guys there. Dean Inglewood and Yvonne Rodriguez. Lester Weeks as well. Good to see all of you folks. Is it Anissa Madison? Good to see you, Anissa, and all the other folks joining us across social media. Good to see you guys. Oh, they taking on us last night. Diane Fordyce, Patricia Graves, Andy Goodman. You can't take a night off, just to do some technical work behind the scenes. Somebody was telling us, oh, y'all on and off, on and off. Which show y'all is watch, man? Where people are on and off, on and off. We do 20 shows per month, excluding the weekends. 20 shows, folks. And we out here every night. We out here. Every night, folks, we are out here making it count, bringing the information to you guys. Great to see each and every one of you, and wherever you guys are joining us from this evening, we ask that you guys share the live stream, guys. Happy Diwali. Where are you guys joining us from this evening? Folks like Rockcliffe Paris and Donna Holder. I see Carlotta Hines is with us as well. Marilyn Thomas, Nicola Yaw. All of you fantastic people joining us this evening. Happy Diwali. We came on a couple minutes early to make up for last evening. To make up for last night, guys. We got some information to share with you folks. We're also going to we have a guest this evening. We have a guest this evening who is going to be joining us as well. So good to see so many of you joining us in the ring tonight. So good to have all of you folks. We'd have it no other way. Leonard Jacobson, Sandra Legal Bentic, good to see you there. Denise London Welshman. I see Facebook user say $5. I don't know if that's his worth, but good night to you too, Facebook user. Gail Alicock and Paulette. I see Glennis Mingoburn, rather. I see also Paulette Devonish. Good to see you there, Paulette. Susan Marshall and all the other fantastic folks joining us this evening, guys. So good to see you. Want to give a shout out to make sure my audio is fixed correctly, guys. Wait me a second. I'm going to try to improve the audio. Yeah. Want to give a shout out to Shondell Fraser. Want to give a shout out to Everell. I want to give a shout out to Oswina Tappin. Want to give a shout out to Wendy Andrews and Desiree Smart Felix. Glennis Alicock from New Jersey. I want to give a shout out to Glennis Chilcott as well from New Jersey. Sorry, Gail Alicock from New Jersey as well as Glennis Chilcott. There, I want to give a shout out to Margaret Nelson in South Carolina, Philip Bunbury in Canada. Want to get a shout out to Eva Jerick in Connecticut. I want to give a shout out to the Narines in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Elizabeth and Raymond and Ariane and Antonia. I want to give a shout out to Alicia as well. All of the kids, good to see you guys there. Diane, Ayana, Bibi, Sandy Ford, great to see you as well. Good to see all of you guys. I hope we've managed to improve the audio there a little bit. Cheyenne, good to see you, Cheyenne. I see also we have Claudette Henry, not Claudette Singh, the swinger. Donna Brand, good to see you as well. Derek Smith and Richard Fordyce. Good to see so many of you guys. And as you come on, we know it's Diwali, but we're not going to give up being here with you guys and sharing this time with you because it is Diwali. But because it is Diwali, we want to be with you guys. We want to be with family on Diwali, guys. And we hope that you guys allow the light to shine in the dark places of your lives and bring change. Illuminate the dark places in your life and bring change. We know the PPP need it. The PPP need that light, that strong searchlight to change the ways That is what is needed. The Jagabats, they need the light. The Jagabats need the light. The Facebook user who talking about $5, you need the light. Shamir Budram and Nicole Yaw, all you fantastic folks. Roy Garraway, good to see you folks. Colleen Osborne, great folks. Good to see you. Marilyn Thomas again, and Raquel Peters, Elizabeth Williams, Robert Archer from New York, and Warnella Garnett, and Winston Granada. Good to see you there, Winston, and all you fantastic folks. As you come on the live stream, guys, we ask you to share the live stream. You know, it's a holiday in Guyana. Lots of folks have gone out to have a look at the Diwali motorcade or the lights. I don't think there's a Diwali motorcade this year. I see persons have been posting the light up at the roundabouts on the St. John Road, but some folks have gone out to see the Diwali lights. And you know, as we were making our way to the studio, you know, we see a shortage of deers. The place is not so lit as in previous years. Perhaps it's the COVID, perhaps it's the economy, perhaps a bit of both. You know, because if people have a choice between, you know, deers and a meal on the table, they can make the smart choice. And so we don't see a lot of lights out for Diwali this year. But nonetheless, the message of Diwali is still very relevant, and we want to say a happy Diwali again to all of those folks, not only home in Guyana but around the world, who are going to be celebrating Diwali today and lighting up this evening, guys. Again, let that light shine in your life, right? Not just in a superficial way, but in a meaningful way. You know, you see all the statements, you see all of that stuff, but it must have real deep meaning. Guys, as you come on, we encourage you to share the live stream. You know, we always say we're craving for it, we licorice for it, we'd have it no other way. We want to see those emojis as well, guys. We want to see those emojis. We want to see them, guys. We want to see them. We licorice for them. We're craving for them. We want to see those emojis this evening. Again, thank you for so many of you who are joining us. We're still tracking the names. Like, is it Incini Roberts? Forgive me if I pronounce that name wrong. It's ICYNE. And Sandra Davis and the Pompey, Sonia Rigby. I see you there, Sonia, and Coretta Braffett as well. I see Gwyneth Jones is with us. Onessa Wardeen is with us as well. And guys, we want to thank all of you who are partnering with us, guys. As we touch the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk to you about that. Because, you know, guys, we have to keep what we're doing here going. And there's no sense we have hundreds and thousands of persons, you know, showing up for the show and, you know, it being beneficial to you guys if we can't ask you guys for help us expand, help us to move forward. We have been doing this more and more because of the goodwill we get from you guys who have come on board and partnered with us. But so many of you can do so. And the folks who partnered with us in August, guys, come back and do so again with us. Those persons who partnered with us in September, come back and do so again. Those of you for October who would have partnered with us, help us to pay the bills. It takes something to get this done, guys, in a professional way. Come back with us and help us to get it done. We want to see those emojis and we want to see those shares as well, guys. Great to see all of you. I feel like I've been on half an hour already and it's only 8 o'clock. That is what happens when you come on a little bit early, but only because we want to give back to you guys. So those of you who are going to partner with us, we got the Cash App available. It's the $ in the ring 592. We got PayPal available as well. Our email there is in the ring 592 gmail.com. We have the local Cash App, that's the MMG system, is 627-6963. You have any queries, you got an information tip, a news tip, you got a photograph, you got a video you want to share with us, guys. That is the number you want to WhatsApp us on, 627-6963. We're also available on the MoneyGram platform and the Western Union platform as well, guys. We need your help to move forward in a meaningful way. That being said, again, guys, I want to wish you folks happy, happy, happy Diwali, wherever around the world you guys are joining us from. And maybe you want to make a comment there how you're celebrating Diwali this year, rather. And as I engage those comments, I'm going to share them. But again, good to see each and every one of you joining us in the ring. We're going to have a guest. We're going to share with you some information. The bucketary happening back home, the confusion powder, what's going down. We have the 411 for you guys. Some stories are loaded. Some stories we're certain of as well. We're going to be sharing that information with you guys. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stay right here, locked in. Share the live stream. We want to hear from each and every one of you. Click those emojis. Let us know how you're picking us up out there. Let us know what are the emotions you guys are feeling this evening. We hope that you guys are feeling the love, guys, and you guys have been very introspective, given that it's Diwali and at home in Guyana it's a national holiday. We know it's recognized in other places, but not in every place is it a holiday. But that being said, folk, the message of Diwali is ever relevant, especially that we got to deal with the Jagabats, especially, folks, that we got to deal with the Jagabats. Welcome, Rowena, coming. You're late for class. Rowena, you're late for class. Let's fight. I hope you do your homework. Let's fight, guys. Let's fight. Good to see each and every one of you joining us. We are going to be joined a little later on in the evening by the one and only, the Honorable Amanza Walton-Desir. She's going to be talking with us about a couple of issues. And guys, we are going to be so happy to have her in the ring tonight, fighting the good fight. Good to see all of you as you come on, guys. We ask that you share the live stream. I see Slim Girl just said Happy Diwali. Slim Gal just said Happy Diwali to all of you guys as well. I see Brent Mentor is here. Good to see you, Brent, and Andrew Cusbord. Fantastic, folks. Folks, I swear to God, we have the best fans. We have the best followers. We have the best supporters. We have the best partners. And it's all because of you fantastic guys who make it happen night after night. Folks like Mark Williams and Kesh Sharma, Alexis Arthur, and Brenda Bradford, Janet Edwards, and folks like Rowena Cumming. All of you nice, uncontroversial, fantastic, sweet folks like Carolyn Hines, is it Bascom, and I see also we got Cecile Ogle is with us, and Neil Diamond Star. All of you fantastic folks. I hope you guys are ready to fight. We want to see those emojis. We are ready, folks. We got to fight. There's no other way to do it. And so good to see each and every one of you. So good to see each and every one of you guys. Welcome in the ring. And I don't know about you, but I am fired up. And guys, I am ready to go. Are you guys ready for us to get into the hot topics? Lots of stories are on the fight card this evening. Lots of stories are loading. We picking up, the folks, the super cleaners out of Region 3. They're complaining about, again, being compelled to take the COVID-19 vaccine or losing their jobs. We see these super cleaners complaining bitterly again in Region 3 in particular, and we think that this is also happening some other places based on what we would have heard. Again, we seem to have let up a little bit from the monstrous and dastardly lockouts that were being perpetuated by the PPP. Folks, you all know the wicked. You all know the wicked now. The sweeper cleaners there in Region 3, those guys are complaining about what the PPP are doing, and that is one of the issues that is loading this evening, folks, and that we are going to continue following. And as that, folks, continue to load, why not give the live stream a share? Why not let us see those emojis? Share it back to WhatsApp by copying that link and pasting it in WhatsApp. Send it as an email to our friends. Send it as a text to somebody. Let them know we are on, guys, and we are happy that you guys are here with us. Some of you done went and peeped the lights and come back, and we know some folks are on the way. Tell us how the light up is going in your area. And we are going to be happy to know that. We saw the residents of Collagen just recently complaining about blackouts. Folks, these guys would go to the Dubai and go to the United Arab Emirates and spend billions of dollars. But when it comes to really and truly working for the people like you, like the people of Collagen, they don't have any time with that. They do not have any time with that. So we are still looking at this issue that is happening there at Collagen on the East Coast, folks, where they protested just recently. They want power. They want power. And you know, the PVP, they're so disgusting. This administration is so disgusting. They pander so much to their base, and you can see it. You can see it. But dear that in there, remember the folks of Collagen this evening. Remember those people. We weren't elected fraudulently or otherwise to serve some of the people, but y'all are making it so glaring. Your actions are so glaring. Their actions are so glaring. Not so Chinseng Henry and Wendy Denny. Their actions are tremendously glaring. Donna Thomas, glaring actions. So we hope that the Jagabats in the PPP contemplating their wicked actions is Diwali. Contemplating your wicked actions. Contemplating them. That being said, folks, also on the fight card and loading this evening, and loading just indicates that we haven't conclusively done all that's necessary for us to validate some of the information, but we have enough to suggest that it's credible, and that's what stories loading should indicate to you guys. Also loading, folks, we are watching what's happening at the New Amsterdam Hospital. Now, we reported on the death recently of Miss Samaru. We talked about her husband and the grief he's facing. Young Mr. Kellon Bell, who lost his life there recently, and all of that. And now we're hearing, oh my, New Amsterdam Hospital got a bug infestation. Bug infestation. You lie down on the bed there, right? And it's either these jagabats could do something to, shorten your years, or it's the bugs. The bugs biting and eating you out there at New Amsterdam Hospital. Folks, New Amsterdam. Let us get ourselves together. New Amsterdam. We said to you just recently, it's apparent New Amsterdam taking over from where Georgetown Public Hospital used to be. But thanks to the APNU AFC administration, Georgetown Hospital appear to be turning the corner on that kind of reputation that it once had. And we know them Jagabas would not want to put the success of what seems to be transpiring at Georgetown Public Hospital. And I say seem to be very, very cautiously. Very, very cautiously, because I'm coming to an issue there. Chanel Daniel Smith, very, very cautiously, I am coming to that conclusion about Georgetown Public Hospital. But why should you be at a hospital and you got bugs biting you? Why is that? In the 21st century, in the cooperative oil producing Republic of Guyana, why should people be on a bed? Something wrong with us. Nicole Stewart, something is wrong with us, and we got to do better. We got to do better. Cecilia Abrams, what say you? We got to do better. We got to do better. Chinsing Henry's purgatory at New Amsterdam Hospital. You lie down, you go visiting, and bugs trying to carry you away. Bugs trying to fetch you away. Parasites. That's this administration. Name a sector that's going well with this government. Name a project, name a thing that is going well. Confusion powder, purgatory. Folks, good to have all of you joining us this evening. And we head to the fight card. Folks, internationally. Internationally, guys, you should know, anywhere Guyanese are, we do well. Any place Guyanese are, we do well. And some of you watching us from the diaspora, and you're doing tremendously well. You might have got a big, high-paying job, a big title, or anything like that. But you hold the nation's flag high by the way you conduct yourself. You go to work, you work hard, and you have moved past the standard of living that you left in Georgetown. You've moved past that, and you are going from strength to strength. And we are so happy. We are so happy when we see Guyanese folks doing well. So happy. And that is why we wanted to alert you to our compatriot. This is Mr. Austin Thompson, who won a very, very historic election there in Georgia. In Georgia for councilman. He's Guyanese to the bone. Not Guyanese parentage alone. He was born in Guyana. He's been living in the US of A, doing so with integrity, doing so with character, and just recently won that very, very historic election there in Georgia. And again, this is our brother, Mr. Austin Thompson. Mr. Austin Thompson, and the area that he won in is an area called Lawrenceville in Georgia. And we want to say congratulations to our brother, and we are going to have him on our program very, very shortly. We want to hear some of his plans. They are a very, very substantive Guyanese population there in Georgia. I've had the privilege of visiting it quite recently. Beautiful state. I wish I had some more time to spend there, but definitely we're going to have the councilman on a subsequent program telling us some about what is happening there in Georgia, about his constituents, and about his plan. But again, Guyanese has won this very, very historic election there in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And folks, we feel proud. We feel proud whether you're doing well at home in Guyana or you are doing well in the diaspora, as our brother Mr. Austin Thompson is doing, and really, really carrying our country's flag and to higher heights and making us feel so proud. So folks, give this stream a share. Let folks see what we produce in this country. And I'm certain you know that Mr. Austin Thompson is not the only person doing well in the diaspora. He's just the latest to be elevated into political office there in Georgia, in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And so again, huge congratulations to him. Congratulations bigly, in the word of former US President Donald Trump. Bigly congratulations to Mr. Austin Thompson. Continue to do us proud. We are so proud of you, so proud of your team, because you have made us feel so special. In this way, we all grow 10 feet tall and more when our folks do well, whether at home in Guyana or in the diaspora. When people are working hard and making significant contributions to their community, to their villages, to their society, to humanity, really and truly, it deserves all of our kudos across the political divide. And again, we recognize Guyanese Austin Thompson and his historic win for congressman in Georgia. Folks, that being said, let me come back home. The plane land, and we come back home. Let me come back home. Nothing irregular. Nothing not regular. In today's episode of Guyana is Not a Real Place, well, I was just talking about New Amsterdam Hospital. And last night, we were informed, we were advised, credible sources was tech-ups by the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. Some bit of ruckus between who can enter the compound, policies that were changed to say that any patient can enter the compound, whether they're COVID, they're a COVID card, a COVID vaccine card holder or not, they got the blue book or not, they can enter the compound to seek medical attention. Now, apparently, they didn't tell everybody They didn't tell everyone. It was one bacchanal when a woman tried to gain entry. There was session, was tech ups. And apparently, a personnel there at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation went as far as, all right, watch it for yourself. I was just telling you, that is why I said I'm going to be cautious. That is why I said I'm going to be very, very cautious about what I say about Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, because it seems as though they were turning the corner. But we got to watch more closely, and you can determine for yourself after you have watched at this. And let's see whether they turn in or they stick. Let us see, folks, whether indeed Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, the things that they used to do, they do a little more, or perhaps, to turn a scripture, they do and more. Let's see what transpired there quite recently. Take a look, take a listen.
Tell me. Something up with these people in this place, man. Something up with that. These people that are okay. These people don't have no feelings. They don't have no human tell your feelings. It's your dog that can walk here, boy. It's your dog.
You put on like that, you feel like you meet you there. You see it, so you slap the girl.
Don't walk fucking guy on the road. Drive and knock your mother's son down. For the time you come here, that's a fucking crap. Tell me what the fucking goes to the patient. Why the fuck do you feel like me? Found it! I don't mean that. Hey, I know the fucking girl. I am
Yeah, the fucking police.
I want the shot, cross.
Why is that by the time you say go stab the woman? Jump to the police station. Jump to the police.
Yeah.
From the time you say you gonna snap it, get in a time you're supposed to tell you why I stop it.
Yeah, you supposed to knock nobody. You slap the girl, you make the girl. You know the girl got so big? She there, this one is slap the girl.
Yeah, there's the one.
This one is.
And this other shot, cross. This is the other one too.
Slap the
You want
fucking
vaccine
girl.
paper? You want vaccine card? You can read it.
What I'm saying, so the time you say gonna stab the girl, you're supposed to upsee. You're supposed to upsee.
Yeah, make the man stab the girl.
You're supposed to upsee.
Wrong, million ways.
I tell you why. Hey. I don't say no man. Pussy.
You want card? You want card?
But they say you could go in them place them without vaccine card. They just say on the news. Yeah, they said on the news. Say you could go in them place without them.
Tell me. Something up with this.
There you go, guys. We should have warned you guys about the audio, or apologies there. We're not apologizing for how we speak as Guyanese. I'm not apologizing for how we speak as Guyanese. I was going to bring it to you. When we bring it to you as it happens. I'm apologizing. I didn't warn you that it was coming. That is what I'm apologizing for. I'm not going to apologize that I'm bringing to you guys how we speak as Guyanese. Y'all know how we talk. Direct. We don't sugarcoat. So that was the tech ups there. Folks, how do you go from trying to get into a public entity to being slapped because you don't have a blue book. How do we get there? How do we get there? And that is why I've asked you guys whether, in your estimation, Georgetown Public Hospital has turned the corner on what it used to be, or turning. Call it Harry, we turn the corner or we turning. Michelle McKay, have we turned the corner? Georgetown Public Hospital, that is. Again, is that a real place? It is not a real place. Not too many places in the north you're going to hear people going at the hospital and getting slapped. At the hospital to seek medical attention. And then the security personnel exacerbating your medical complaint or complaints, exacerbating that. How do you go from a patient visiting a health institution to being slapped? It is fascinating as it is unacceptable. It is fascinating, folks, as it is unacceptable. So have we turned the corner? Chinsing Henry and Coretta Braffett. Have we turned the corner? Marilyn Thomas. Georgetown Public Hospital. That is why I said to you guys, New Amsterdam Hospital, it used to be, it looking so much like Georgetown Hospital. It looking so much. The deaths, maternal deaths, infant mortality rate, so much is looking. We turn the corner. Dwayne Welch, Sandra Hanover, Auntie Sandra, we turn the corner. Sandra Davis, Petula Boyce, we turn the corner at Georgetown Public. Sometimes it's just a couple people making them look bad there. But this install administration, these jagabats got to take that situation in hand there. These jagabats. Let us turn our attention to the jagabats. Let me turn your attention to them. Folks, it's confusion powder. Confusion powder. Confusion powder. Look what's happening with Guyanese trying to re-enter Guyana and haven't taken the Sputnik V. One dose. Can't come in. Its own government policies causing them tremendous hardship. Frank ain't got a clue. Frank Anthony ain't got a clue what he is doing. He ain't got a clue. We're still waiting for that coherent policy on COVID-19. Still holding, still waiting for that. And we, during the course of the day, we're trying to see the policy concerning revaccination and re-entry into Guyana, and it is so convoluted. Just take a look at the Chedijagan International Airport website and what it says about persons trying to regain entry into Guyana. You need High Court, you need the Court of Appeal and the CCJ to interpret what they're trying to tell you there. The policy is so convoluted. We told them, go easy with the Sputnik. You all remember the shady chic? The red carpet welcome? The vaccines that were paid for and not delivered in totality? We warned them. We sought information. We were guiding them. No. They didn't want to hear that because these people believe they know everything. You're seeing their ignorance as plain as day, and they want you to believe they know everything. So Guyanese citizens are being stuck in all manner of countries because of the government's own policy concerning COVID-19. Till this day, the Sheikh Al Maktoum has not delivered all the COVID vaccines that he was required contractually to deliver. And now we see what is happening. We see what is happening where the re-entry of Guyanese people are concerned, and the folks who are in the diaspora who want to come home for Christmas already bought their tickets 3 and 4 months in advance, got so many questions and don't know where to turn. And we were trying to gather some information to say to the folks watching, to viewers like you, Michelle McKay, viewers like you, Claudia Jones, this is what the policy is, Mark Doris. This is what the policy is, Anne-Marie Selby. But the whole thing is so convoluted. It is so convoluted. And I know that lots of people in the diaspora are very, very concerned and very, very confused as well. Confused as well that this is where we are. That here is where we're there on COVID-19. You know what we saw just yesterday? This same Jagabat Frank Anthony, this same cross, talking about, oh, they're watching the COVID numbers go down, a decrease in deaths, a decrease in infections. Well, 2 persons died today, and you have 100 plus persons. Let me get the figure right. 129 new confirmed cases. So we don't know what data Frank Anthony in particular is looking at, but there were 2 additional deaths today and 129 new confirmed cases of COVID-19. And you guys know, not only have we suggested, but you have suggested that this Jagabat Frank Anthony should go. You guys have suggested that Frank should pack his bags and go. That is the overwhelming consensus. Things are not getting better on the Frank Anthony. They're getting worse. The other Jagabat. The members of the judiciary, judges, are not absolved or exempt from criticism. And this is in response to the Chancellor acting, Yonette Cummings Edwards, telling them those folks on social media who sit in their ivory towers and condemn judges, when they know full well that there is a limited amount of judges and thousands of cases they have to preside over. She stopped short of calling Anil a Jagabat. And now he has come out saying that judges are not absolved from criticism. Nonsense! Constructive criticism is one thing, but unnecessary, foolish criticism by the likes of this Jagabat, Anil Landilal, is something totally different. You can't look at 2 cases in hundreds and say, oh, you have noticed a questionable pattern in some of the cases. Nonsense. And instead of taking responsibility and perhaps even rebuffing the criticisms by the folks like Cynthia Barrow-Giles and her colleague there from UWI, he is now saying, oh, judges are not absolved from criticism. When did he realize that? When did he realize that? How many times the opposition were constructively critical of judgments coming out, and these Jagabats, these hypocrites, come out saying that, look at them criticizing the judges. Look at them, no respect for the courts. And now this Jagabat comes out and say, oh, he just had an epiphany. He just had an epiphany. Suddenly he realizes, when it serves his purpose and his skewed, biased politics, that judges are not absorbed from criticism. Remember that, Anil. Remember that, because apparently your memory's short. Remember that. Remember that. That haven't been said, folks. Justice. Justice. Sometimes justice swift. Yep. Sometimes our mistakes are edited in real time. Sometimes justice comes quickly. And we're specifically referencing, viewers, the 16-year-old alleged bandit, 16-year-old bandit shot dead by an off-duty officer after snatching a chain by Stabrook Market. And we have said it countless times here. This young man named born at 16, Robin, and I say here, too many parents ain't fighting for the children. Too many fathers not fighting for the children. Too many fathers. So this young man is 16 and he is shut down. Folks, if you have kids, this is gonna hit different. And if you have kids that age, this is going to hit different, Kit Marks. Glennisborn. It's going to hit different. My son turned 13 in August. 3 years off from 16. That's not a long time. And we got to fight for our children. Too many parents give up. I'm not saying you're not going to have challenges with your children. And we can talk about how people poor and all of that. Listen to me. We didn't poor. We the poor. Poor is when you're so far down, you reach up, you touch your bottom. And bottom is poor. I know some of you don't understand that because y'all born bourgeois. You're born bourgeois, so you won't understand that. But we the poor. But you know what? We have values, and I'm thankful for a mother that fought for us. Fought for us. Listen, folks, it can take you a long time to understand certain things in life. But we got to fight. We got to fight. How did we fail this young man? He committed a crime. He paid for it. He paid for it. Don't get us wrong. Don't get me wrong. That aside, 16. He didn't live life yet. He didn't begin to see life yet. But somewhere along the line, he drifted. And maybe was allowed to drift. A lot of single parents in this country. Mother gotta go off to work. You don't have money to babysit and all of that. Those are foreign concepts. Children grow up on their own. Right? Social programs are not in place. 16 and he's shot dead. Snatching a chain. Sidalborn is his name. 16 years old. Lives on the East Bank. Sidalborn. 16. And dead. 16 years old. Ladies and gentlemen. 16 years old. Moving on. Justice. Justice. Digicel wanted justice. Digicel wanted justice. Government took them to court. Big headline news. They're breaching the spectrum. There's some infraction into the act that deals with how companies like Digicel and GT&T use the spectrum. This installed Attorney General was very, very clear about what those breaches of the spectrum entailed. He was very, very clear. Took the company to court. Digicel. And now we're hearing of a secret settlement. A secret settlement. What madness is this? If people break the law, you get secret settlement. This young man, born, break the law, he can get secret settlement. In the public interest, we should know what transpired here. Did Digicel break the law or not? But what we're hearing is that the terms of the secret settlement between the government and GT&T will stay on the wraps. Everything for this government is a secret. Everything. From secret lovers to secret settlements. It's a secret. You know why? They're doing business with themselves. The frequencies are alone. Is there a fun frequency that you rent in? Is there personal frequency? So we shouldn't get it. You won't think this is the national frequency owned by you and me, Anthony Higgins Arjun, Kesh Sharma, Colleen LaRose Duqua, owned by Guyanese, but we can't know the nature of the settlement. We can't know that. We big, but we ain't dance. We big, but we ain't foolish. Who gives them the authority to enter into secret settlements? Did Digicel break the law or not? So people who break the law could be shut down because you are nobody and you don't have no money and no influence. But other people who break the law, if Digicel break the law, indeed, could have secret settlements and life goes on. And those of you who are ardent viewers of our program, you know, when we first heard this story, what we suggested, what a school of thought suggested was operating here. Secret settlements. That being said, we have our guests waiting and we're hastening on to have her on. The death of Dr. Colin Roach and the search for justice. You know, the search for justice. One wonders what could get in the mind of the person or persons who killed Dr. Colin Roach, who worked for both the US Embassy and the Canadian Embassy, that are both a stone's throw from where his office was and where he met his untimely demise. What could have gotten into their heads? The American Embassy is right there, the Canadian Embassy is right there, what is supposed to be a very secure area. But not only did these murderers act with such impunity throughout Georgetown, the bandits are given free rein. And had not an off-duty policeman ended the life of Sidel Bourne, that would have been somebody with no redress to justice having their chain snatched. There are so many cases of that on a daily basis. The PPP installed regime has abandoned their responsibility. You might be installed, but you have a responsibility to protect the citizens of this country. And I can already hear these guys talking about no stone unturned. They're going to go to Dr. Roach family. Oh, we will leave no stone unturned. Same thing they said to Owen Boston, who the tactical service unit, the SWAT, killed in Essequibo. No stone unturned is what they said to Paper Shorts, Mr. Rodriguez, his family, when he was killed in Water Street. Justice coming soon. No stone unturned. They told the parents and family of the Henry boys, justice coming soon. No stone unturned, they told Harish Singh's family, as they've told so many countless Guyanese. We still waiting. And when their people run afoul of the law and their infractions against the law by their people, oh, they file at the DPP waiting legal advice, legal opinion. Every man to your own order. That's happening in this country now. And that Jagabat Ben, Robeson Ben, like the Jagabat Frank Anthony, should go. Should go. Folks, for the main event, I have with me this evening the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir. Desir. Some of you gonna look at the spelling and say Desir. Desir. You gotta give it the little flair it deserves. Amanza Walton-Desir, Member of Parliament, and the Member of Parliament with responsibility for shadowing foreign affairs. Folks, my friend and my sister, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir. Amanza, welcome. A very good evening, ma'am. How do you do?
Hey Sharon, good evening. How are you?
Amanza, help me with your audio. I don't know if it's me, if it's... Make sure we're good to go. Welcome and happy Diwali.
Hi Sharon, are you hearing me?
Again, I don't know what's going down, but I hope we can sort it out. I'm going to try signing out and in back. I'm going to bring you right on that.
Okay.
Have no fear. Great. We're going to have Amanza back with us shortly, folks. We want to make sure that we have her audio. I want to get our impression on these and some other issues, guys. As we hold for Amanza, why don't you share that live stream, guys? Show us those emojis. That's what's happening. Total breakdown in law and order. Folks are just acting with impunity. What I'm going to tell young Dr. Colin Roach family? No stone unturned. We don't want to hear that, man. We don't want to hear that. By now, you guys know there were two folks who are held. And unless people get charged, we don't get excited here. And rather convicted, we don't get excited at all. We see too often people get charged and then where it goes, we don't get too excited. That being said, folks, I think I have Amanza back with us. Amanza?
Hi Sharon, is this better? Are you hearing me?
Hold on for me. Maybe at my... Sorry, that's... Yeah. Go right ahead.
Was it at your end? Sharon, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Amanza. Let me see if it's my issue.
Sharon, can you hear me?
I still can't. I don't know what is happening this evening. Why we can't hear our sister Amanza. I'm just making sure my my volume is good. Seems to be. And we're going to try that one more time, guys. We're going to hold for Amanza. All right. No confusion, Pony. Don't come around with funny with that. No confusion, Pony. None. But that is the reality of how we're living. Anybody could use the life, and then you hear coming soon. All right, the audience said they're hearing Amanza, so we're going to go. Let me see. That might be my problem then. All right. I think we got a signal from the audience that says they're hearing Amanza pretty well. All right, then it's my issue. All right, so when Amanza come back and say just Amanza, you keep talking. Apologies there, guy. I just say Amanza, you take over the co-hosting. You just keep talking. Come true. come true. Devil is a liar. I saw somebody say that. Gwyneth Jones. Gwyneth Jones and the devil is a liar. Don't come wrong. We funny on Diwali night. We got the light. We got the truth and we got the light. Don't come wrong. We funny Diwali night at all. Don't come we funny. I don't know why I can't hear my system. Let me see what's happening here. Yep, something is up at our end, but we're gonna sort that out. Amanza gonna just take over and just talk the things. Right? Amanza's just gonna come over and talk the things. Amanza, you come through. I think it's my end. But we're gonna solve that. Come fools. We're gonna solve it. Guys, in the meantime, why don't you share the live stream as we hold for our sister, our friend, beloved Amanza Walton-Desir. And we're gonna solve this. The guys are gonna tackle it, and I'm gonna see what we can do from our end. Don't come wrong, we funny. We prayed up. Not as Diwali night. Trenches and Jacobats. That tonight. Depo your meditation. Depo it. Good to see Amanza with us. And we're going to ensure that we are being heard clearly. The guys are saying that they're hearing us clearly. And that's what we want. All right, let me make sure that we... Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's see what's happening. Guys, just let us know you're still hearing us. Oh, somebody. Lindsay says you're hearing Amanza clearly. Amanza, come true. Or as we guys say back home, burn it down. You're on a bus and you want to stop, they say, burn it down. Burn it down by the car door. Come true, man. Come true. Burn it down in the ring. Burn it down. Good to see you, folks. Good to see you, Freddie James and Samantha Gills, Paul DeAndro, Sandra Davis, Natasha Joseph, Edwin. Good to see you there. Edwin Warren and Gloria Pot. Good to see you. Janet Coates, Diane Fordyce, Fat Girl Handy, Fat Girl Handy. All kinds of names you all got, all kinds of names your parents give you all. Fat Girl Handy. PHAT girl. Owen Donko, good to see you as well. Amanza, come true. Your people want you, the audience want you. Come true, Amanza. Come true. While the folks share the live stream again, happy Diwali to each and every one of you. I see Luan Hall is here as well. Good to see you, Luan and Sheena Hazel. Good to see you, Sheena. Hula Williams and Sharon Shepard is here with us. Good to see you. Yep. Good to see you, Sheena Hazel. Good to see all you fantastic folks. Sharon Shepard, Patricia Sana. Good to see you as well. Blessed child. Good to see you, Melissa. Good to see you as well. All you great, fantastic folks. We're still holding for Amanza. As soon as she comes back in, I think we have her here. We ain't wasting time. Boots on the ground. We ain't backing down. Amanza, apologies. Welcome back. Good to see you. Make sure
Sharon, are you hearing me now?
Hearing you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Amanza. Good to have you.
Switch devices. I suspect
too much technology. From no technology to too much technology. Amanza, what do you make of all this crime? I mean, coming closer and closer to home. What do you make of the abandon of law and order? Whatever happened to Robeson then?
Well, I'm not sure what has happened to Robeson Ben, but first let me say good evening to your viewers and Shubh Diwali to all our Hindu brothers and sisters, and well, to Guyanese as a whole, because generally we tend to be very involved in the celebration of our respective holidays. And so Manzil,
this country's confusion powder, It's confusion powder. I saw KFC wish them wish us a happy Diwali with a bucket of chicken there. People didn't having it.
Yes, yes.
Confusion power in this
That
country.
was quite unfortunate. It really did show a lack of sensitivity. And I heard you speaking about Dr. Roach's murder,
Yeah.
and it really shook me up. Such a progressive young man. Very warm and kind whenever you would speak with him, and so it is so distressing, I think, what our society is becoming. But I wanted to add the caveat, Sherrod, that when you condone lawlessness in the government, you find the spin-off happening and affecting the population. So when a government displays no regard for law and order, the consequence is that filters down to the population. And so you find disregard for law and order and for the lives and livelihood and well-being of people. And this is unfortunately what you're seeing playing out here in Guyana. People have a saying, the rat the start from the head.
Yes.
And so this is what
Yes.
we are seeing, unfortunately, in Guyana. And so unless we begin to take an approach of condemning wrong and illegality, whoever perpetrates it, this is the spin-off that you'll get, because people will say, well, the big ones in authority don't care about law and order, why should I? And so that reasoning is what leads to the breakdown of law and order as we're seeing now. And so I think that the government has a task on its hand to continue to instill confidence, or to try to instill confidence in the people of Guyana that they know what they're about. And from all indications, they do not have a clue. Look at the situation with Sputnik.
Yeah.
Sherrod, it's not, you don't wish to come and say, well, I told you so. But this is what we in the opposition, we have been warning about.
We told them so.
And at that time, we were saying, look, this thing can and will have consequences and unintended consequences. And so now we're seeing that this vaccine, Sputnik V, it does not appear as though it will be approved by WHO anytime soon. And so it has now restricted the movement of Guyanese to countries that we traditionally visit, the USA, Canada, for example, with no plan from the government to address these concerns. So me being a concerned Guyanese, followed the government, yes, took my 2 doses of Sputnik, being the citizen, the upright citizen that I am now.
Yeah, me too.
If I have family in the States and you want to go to the States, to the US, how do you do that? And the government cannot say what the options are for Guyanese. And this is the incompetence that we were warning about. But you see, we are so, I think, divided as a society that even when we need to look at matters objectively, particularly matters when it comes to the health and welfare of the nation, we are unable to do so. And we are living in the consequences. And there's a disconnect because you have a requirement to enter the country for 2 doses. But you can't get a dose of Sputnik V if you're coming from the US and Canada. So these are the unintended consequences of the government's failure to, 1, consult, failure to, 2, have a more broad-based approach or a more bipartisan approach to the management of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Irfan Ali, somehow this installed president that Samantha Jills got and Gwyneth Jones got and Sandra Davis, they installed president, went to the UN recently and thought if he huffed and puffed, he could get the US somehow to change their minds by telling the US, these hypocrites, that the US can't dictate or shouldn't dictate what kind of vaccine, what brand of vaccine people take. when these hypocrites were insisting and forcing Guyanese that they must take vaccines. Hypocritical. But nothing has changed with US policy. So it clearly tells us that where they are on the US radar. Another thing that was very telling, again, I saw some very, very high-ranking journalists interviewing Mayor Motley, and then I saw Irfan with a girl I don't know too well interviewing him, and still the man all over the place. All over the place. So that is one. Coming back centrally, Amanza, I know that quite recently I saw a very articulate letter in the newspapers, and you were taking the installed Vice President, Mr. Jagdeo, to task about some comments he made recently in Ghana on taxpayers' money in Ghana, but not doing the things that a public servant should be doing. And you said that you were very, very surprised by that. And I want to read just a part of that article. But in the initial part, you talk about how he attempted at revisionist history. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, if you were to listen to that interview, what Jagdeo attempted to do was to pretend as if the 23 years of the PPP's governance didn't exist. And so I thought that was so absurd and so, facetious of him. And I had to take him to task because he must understand that the days of him, getting away with making those statements and them going unchallenged, that it's over, that we will hold him accountable to speak the truth. And he visited Ghana on our taxpayers' money. And so he's not above scrutiny in what he says. So we have to continue to let the Vice President know that we will continue to hold you to account to speak the truth. And particularly when you go out of Guyana representing Guyanese, you will say the facts. Or
Come right.
Make sure that when you finish speaking, that we present the alternative case to the people so that they have a more holistic picture of what is really going on in Guyana.
And Amanza, that is precisely what you did. You said in this letter, to hear Jagdeo speak would be to believe that the massive brain drain, the endemic corruption, which resulted in Guyana being blacklisted by the EU and the Commonwealth for money laundering, spiraling crime, our rise to infamy as a narco state, the dark years which saw extrajudicial killing of tens of thousands of Afro-Guyanese men, and the failure of the sugar industry did not happen under his watch. Love that. Take to your face, Jagdeo. One slap.
Well, to hear the man speak, you would believe that this didn't happen. And I think that Jagdeo does not appreciate how interconnected the world is. He does not appreciate the speed at which information.
We operating in broadband. He's still in dial-up.
It is entirely possible, and so this is the challenge that he will continue to have, because he was on his press conference the other day cussing me as usual. It seems to have become his favorite pastime, but he continues to make the point that we have been making, and so he is continuously forced to dial back on what he is saying because we continue to check him. And so as MPs, that is our job, and we will continue to do that to the best of our ability.
Yep. And let us talk a little bit more about this hypocrite, this Jagabat Jagdeo. Now, I want to premise the headline of an article recently and what it said, and then to segue into another part of your letter and ask for your response. Now, this was the header for an article appearing in this publication called Global Voices just yesterday, and the header is "The Best of Both Worlds?" ? Guyana wants to be a low carbon oil producer. Now, that is like an oxymoron of epic proportions. A low carbon oil producer. And in this letter, in this fantastic letter, in this rebuttal to the trash and the tripe that he spoke, You spoke about environmental issues. As a matter of fact, you talked about. Let me grab that section. Because I mean, this letter in so many ways was profound about what they're doing in the oil and gas sector, whether it's trying to pump out everything while balancing their commitments to the environment. That is why they gone to Glasgow, trying to roll back the commitment that Granger made of going fully green by 2025. They say by 2030 they can be 70% there. They don't have the testicular fortitude to do a lot of things. And that being said, they're coming up short. They're coming up short. And in that very interview that Irfan Ali did with that journalist, she asked him, "Aren't you guys being hypocritical? Are they?"
Of course. No, look, absolutely. And they were asked, where is their plan? Because you see, they didn't have a plan. Because this is what we were saying when we went to the consultation, that Jagdio's opinion cannot be the basis of Guyana's climate commitments. Where is the science? Where is the research? Where is the consultation? And our point remains very, very simple. If you are going to speak about on behalf of the Guyanese people as it relates to the environment, you have a duty to consult. And meaningful consultation is a thing. It is a thing that is defined in law, and it has certain elements that the government has yet to satisfy. And so, because I think of us bringing this to the fore and to the attention of the Guyanese, I noticed that Lennox Schumann has jumped on the bandwagon
Suddenly wake up.
to talk about indigenous peoples. But that is precisely the point that I made when I stood up at the sham consultation and said, this is not enough. Women and indigenous peoples who bear a disproportionate burden from climate adverse events require consultation. These are prerequisites set out in these international conventions. And so, I was labeled a thug and a disruptor, but that's all right. If being a thug means that you will hold Jagdeo accountable, then, I guess that's what we're doing. But we have to understand that this is Guyanese. This is the business of us as Guyanese. This is our environment. We have to live here. And the least that the government owes us is to consult and to have us have our say. Article 49, 149J of the Constitution sets that out very, very clearly. So we are not begging Jagdeo to consult us. He has a duty to consult us. And we as Guyanese, who will be affected when climate adverse events occur, we have a right to be consulted. And it's plain and simple. Guyana is not Jagdeo's to do with what he wishes. It was not willed in a will to him, and therefore he cannot continue to operate as he can do what he likes and make representations in the manner that he would want to without consulting us.
Yeah, and on the very same note, Amanza, it was Starbuck News who quite recently in an editorial took them to task on their COP pledge. As a matter of fact, Starbuck News said this. He said, Georgetown has not gone to the crucial conference with a nationally determined contribution which sets out climate-related targets for greenhouse gases, emissions, reduction, policies and measures. The president's statement at this point is therefore an oral commitment in the wake of major announcements by other countries. They're gone empty-handed. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, because again, it is what Jagdeo wakes up and feel must happen. So if we slashing it, that's what we're doing. There is no science that has been proffered. There is no evidence of widespread consultation. But this is what we're doing because he says that. And I think what has happened is that they've had a very rude awakening on the world stage because they're beginning to understand that it don't go so. That is not how it goes. You have to come prepared. You have to come with a national position that is the result of a broad consultative process. And they were unable to do that.
Indeed, they were totally unable to do that. And even on that note, but on another tenor, where jobs are concerned, oh, there was a big promise of 50,000 jobs. How they going? Now, in this letter, you spoke about that. You talked about how they're going back on their commitments about giving jobs to Guyanese. One day they're talking about retraining the cane cutters and so on in oil and gas, and the next day they're bringing people from overseas. So what is it?
And this is because the government does not have a program or a policy as it relates to employment, upskilling of Guyanese to prepare them for an oil and gas economy. They simply do not have it. And they take advantage of the fact that, their supporters hang on to their every word, and they use that as capital without understanding that they will be caught one day, as they are being continuously exposed right now. Look, we are a new nation to the oil and gas industry. Naturally, you will find that you will need to have skills that are not readily available in your country. But concomitant with that has to be a plan as to how you will prepare your own citizens and your own population to be a part of that industry. And we are not seeing that. And this is where Bar Jagdio's hypocrisy shows, because you were talking about employing sugar workers in the oil and gas industry. It is far easier and far more expedient for you to right size the sugar industry and to capitalize and utilize the strengths of the sugar cane workers in agriculture by diversifying. And so they're already naturally gifted in this. So we have a plan to become the breadbasket of the Caribbean. What are you doing to make sure that is happening? What is your food production like? So you are building on skills and expertise that is already there, rather than taking them out of that which they know so well to put them into the oil and gas industry, when the reality is that they will only be able to gain a certain level of employment, the majority of them. So why not build on the strength and the expertise that is already there? And so when you sit and you analyze it, you realize that Jagdeo is just talking off the top of his head at the moment to make his constituency feel as if he is seeing them, but he really does not have a plan. If he had a plan, we would have been talking about growing certain crops that could be readily exported into the Caribbean. There's a market for peppers, for soursop, all of these crops that are organic and that is in high demand on the world stage. It is something that needs to be explored, but no. So there's no coherent plan to build on the strengths of what we already have and to upskill us for the areas that we need to be upskilled in.
Yeah, and Amanza, more centrally, these guys talking about the oil economy, what GDP looks like, we're doing better than lots of countries. But to be honest, Guyanese isn't feeling it. Guyanese not feeling it. This year's Diwali, we are accustomed to a real light up. This year it is not so. Let me just say that. In this letter, you said the actions of the PPPC regime are a clear indication that they do not intend to strike a balance between environmental protection and industrial development. So, cut down all the mangroves, and these are already signal for a mile of falls. They're going to be destroying a lot of the forests. These same people who are talking about their forest commitments just recently. But you go on to say, when pressed on how the country intends to combat the inevitable challenges that come with the economic benefits of oil, being concentrated in the hands of just a few, Jagdeo had little to say. Inflation is spiraling out of control in Guyana, while the country rakes in profits from the elevated price of oil. No tangible relief has been provided to the working class Guyanese, despite the passage of two national budgets, including one which touted as the largest budget in Guyana's history. And you end that paragraph by saying, the sad reality is that Guyanese are desperately trying to make ends meet. Hunger is on the increase, and the average working class Guyanese is now struggling to find one meal a day.
Sherrod, this is the reality. This is the reality.
Stark reality.
We spend, and I think maybe it is our fault that it is not publicly out there, but you know that we spend a considerable time in communities, talking with people, hearing from our people, and this is the reality. People who traditionally are viewed as earning a decent salary will admit to you that they are struggling to provide a balanced meal for their families. Those who are working in the private sector, who work for $40,000 a month as their wages, are saying to you that we simply have to decide that we're going to eat one meal per day. And that is a shame in a nation that has less than 1 million people with all the resources that we have. It is a shame that people are going hungry in our country. And so as we go out into the villages and into certain parts in the various towns, this is what we are met with. And so I think as the opposition, we have to now begin to not only be able to demand more of the government, but to begin to be able to craft ways that we can have our people be able to access the economy and to take part in economic activities, whether it's through entrepreneurship, whether it is through developing themselves, upskilling, training, so that they're more competitive. So we are forced to now do that, but we do not control the public spending. We do not control the purse. And you have a government that would exclude deliberately the opposition out of budgetary preparation, the preparation for the budget. And so these are all issues that we have to continue, to advocate about, to bring awareness to our people about. And so when you're ready to agitate, etc., your people are doing it from a position of understanding what the problem is, right? And being able to assess it. And so it is a lot of work that has to be done, but we as MPs are committed to doing that. And we are here to continue to represent our people. We will continue to bring these matters to the fore, because people have to be made aware of what is going on.
Correct.
Because the first thing you hear when, for example, there's a protest, oh, but why they're protesting? Because people are not aware of what is happening. And so this that we are doing is important, bringing awareness, bringing the world's attention to what is truly happening. And so this is what we are going to continue to do. And we will continue to call on, those members of the diplomatic corps who are here and who are seeing what is going on to speak up. You had a lot to say during elections. Now that these atrocities are being meted out on Guyanese people, you cannot be silent.
Correct on all points. I'm certain they're watching Irfan, watching Jagdeo on the international stage and wondering what's happening. I mean, Jagdeo was supposed to be the person leading a team to cup, but then the leaders, they turn it back and say only heads of state here. Don't come wrong with funny. It's bizarre what's happening.
He had his own cup. He had a whole 2-hour press conference because, of course, the man simply refuses to be, to have
go gently into the quiet night.
So he had his own cup, for 2.5 hours
Yeah.
the other day in the form of a press conference. And you know, he's an intelligent man. There's no doubt about that. But he has this way that he rattles off terms, and he does it in a manner that would impress some people. But once you understand the subject matter, you realize that you are able to probe, and that his positions do not stand up to any kind of intense scrutiny. They're
Again,
very
that's
superficial.
why the journalist asked him about the hypocrisy. And you know, Jaguars is a good example of when you can, dazzle them with brilliance, you baffle them with bullshit, and he's more of the latter, frankly.
Unfortunately, that is what we're seeing. And I think, Sherrod, it is vitally important that we as Guyanese understand that there are some challenges that are coming.
Yeah.
Honorable Mia Motley spoke so eloquently about the challenges that people in this part of the world are facing.
Eloquently,
And those
and what she's saying is founded and bound in facts.
in facts. And so she has her figures, and she has her information, and so she is able to speak authoritatively.
Yeah.
But the point I want to make to Guyanese is that those issues that she so eloquently addressed will affect us.
Yeah.
Guyana
Yeah.
is 6 feet below sea
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. The point I want to make is that earphone is just earphone.
Yeah,
When you listen to earphone on the world stage next to a woman like Mia Motley, sweet Lord, help us.
well,
Father, help me.
it is,
Help us.
Sherrod, the point remains that
Yeah.
these issues will affect Guyanese
Yeah.
significantly within another 5 years. We're 6 feet below sea level. We're seeing unprecedented flooding. Guyanese have got to understand that we have to come together and hold whoever occupies the seat of government accountable to prepare us for what is coming. You
Yeah.
heard Prime Minister Mia Motley speak about their water supply being contaminated with saline water so that they will have water scarcity.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
clear
Yeah.
and present dangers that will affect us. Or the majority of us are scattered on a coastline that is 6 feet below sea level. And I believe that it is just the grace and mercy of God that we have not yet suffered any catastrophic adverse climate change events.
Correct.
I mean, we've had the
Correct.
floods, but we have to understand that we have to begin to hold whoever is in government accountable for preparing us for these potentially existential threats. And so this petty politics that we are in is distinctly disadvantageous to us as a nation. We have to begin to prepare for the big leagues. I
Correct.
mean,
Correct. Correct.
Sherrod, I look and I am troubled because I can see what is coming. And I also understand how, as a nation, we are woefully unprepared because we have a government in place who doesn't govern
Yankee.
for
Yeah.
all Guyanese. They're
Yankee.
simply there to enrich themselves and their friends. And whatever the crumbs that the Guyanese population have to feed off of, that is what they will get. And so I'm calling on Guyanese to be sober and to be vigilant because these are threats that will threaten our very existence.
Yeah.
And we will be woefully
Yeah.
unprepared for them.
Very well. Amanza, we couldn't have you. We agree with you on all points, but we couldn't have you here and then ask you how is the campaign going. Last time you were here, you said your hat is in the ring. We saw it in the ring too. How is the campaign going?
Well, it's going well. It's going well. I have indicated that, should the membership of the PNCR nominate me to serve at the executive level, I am prepared to so do. I'm not on a slate or any such thing because I believe that has its inherent disadvantages when it comes to the healing that we will need to do as a party move the party forward. And so I've taken a conscious decision to run an independent campaign, because I believe that if the people of our great party, they are to nominate me, then it must be because of the strengths that I bring and not who I'm connected to or whose slate I'm on, etc. And so this is why I took that decision. And so nominations day will be there soon, and it's going pretty well. I am heartened. I am encouraged. I believe that we as members of the PNCR, we are committed to rebuilding this great party. You know, the institution is 64 years old, the organization, and so we have a rich legacy on which to build. Yes, we are bruised and battered, but I believe that with the right decisions, we could really bind up those wounds and, step up as a party and step forward to be the party that will lead Guyana into the future, along with our coalition partners.
Fantastic. And finally, I saw quite recently, I think it was Dr. Richard Van Charles, a competitor for lead of the party, saying that he had questions about General Secretary Abner Ali being in charge of the process. You have any such concerns?
This is what I am confident in. I am confident in the fact that the PNCR membership, they understand the moment, they understand the time that we are in, and they understand that the decision that we take now will determine literally the future of Guyanese. And so I'm confident that they will exercise the requisite level of vigilance to ensure a smooth and a democratic process. I often say that the other party can't boast of a democratic process.
True.
So this is democracy at work. But our membership will remain vigilant to make sure that the will of the membership is respected. And so I am confident that they will exercise the relevant level of scrutiny, the relevant level of professionalism in what we're doing, and that at the end of the day, we will have a team, because I think this is greater than any one man or woman. We will have a team, and I particularly want to see more of our young people step forward, step up and step forward. That has sort of been my mantra. Step up to the plate, stand and be counted, step up our game, so to speak, and step forward, leading Guyana into the next few decades of prosperity. So hope springs eternal in the breast of youth. And so I'm optimistic as to, what it will bring, and that the membership of the PNCR will rise up to the challenge, and that we will be united, and that we will forge ahead to properly represent the people of Guyana.
Very well. Amanza Walton-Desir, thanks for spending this time with us, the Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister. Really great. Love having you. Folks, me and Amanza talking now. Been talking to you. Love having you, Amanza, in the ring every time you are here.
I just came from a very nice celebration, Diwali celebration. Had some good 7 curry and so on. So, I think that's what I enjoy the most about our culture, that we can become immersed in each other's culture and their beliefs and be this one melting pot. I would pray that the spirit of Diwali will continue to, permeate our lives, and that we continue to illuminate our beings, understanding that, as Amanda Gorman said, if you can't see the light, be the light.
Fantastic, Amanza. Thank you so much.
All right.
That's our time.
That's
our time. Great.
Alrighty.
Folks, there you have it, the one and only Amanza Walton-Desir. Always refreshing to have my colleague in the ring, giving us guidance, giving us hope, in these dark times, when we need so much light. Folks, that's our program for this evening. We're going to stick around a little bit, and give some of our ringsiders a shout out. But we know some of you are going off to other places, other programs. Social distance, wear your mask, sanitize, practice all the COVID-19 protocols that are there for your health and your safety, that of your friends, family, and loved ones. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us this evening. That's our time. Thank you as well, Anthony Higgins, Arjun, for being here. Really great to see you guys. And we apologize for a little snafu with Amanza with the audio earlier. Really great to see you guys there. Let's fight. We got to fight, folks. We got to fight. We got to fight. Great to see each and every one of you here with us tonight. Great to see you, Gwyneth Jones and Brenda Braffett, Sandra Davis. I see Sora Brown here as well. All of you lovely, fantastic folks. Sandra Davis is still here. Marla, Karen Pandey. Marla, how you doing? Great to see you, Auntie Marla. Good to see you there, Gloria Pardon, Kim Walker. Good to see you, Janet Edwards. And I see Jane Ann McDonald is here with us too. And Gavin Beresford. I see Marlon Cox. Thousands of folks still watching us here on the live stream, guys. I see Charlene Jordan and Kim Walker. Folks, thousands of you guys here. Come, I beg you for a little money. Come partner with us. Folks, I can't put it any better. You know how we say things colloquially, guys, but we need you. We need you. We need you. A lot of you are taking me for granted, you. A lot of you are taking me for granted. But when we're on here one night, we're there. You know, folks, 5 days per week, multiplied by 4 weeks. That's 20 days. Oh, we take one night off to get things streamlined at the back here. One night. we close shop. And you're knocking on the door. When you opening? It's 6 a.m. When you opening? Guys, but we love y'all. We love that y'all miss us. Sometimes you gotta go wait a little bit for people miss you, you know. Some of y'all dead. People can't miss you. Y'all dead. People aren't getting time to miss you. Sometimes you gotta pull off a little bit. You got to pull back a little bit. Debbie Murphy, you got to pull off a little bit. Lawsy miss you. Roger Norris and Laverne Harricher and Kelman. I see Denny's London. Welchman is here as well. Max Brown. Marcia Agard. Good to see all you lovely, sweet, handsome, beautiful, fantastic, smelling nice, looking good, eating right, folks. Good to see all of you in the ring. Here this evening, Angela McDonald. Again, I see Royston Melville is here with us as well. So good to see all of you folks. Janet Edwards, Natasha Joseph. I see Insin Koja, Gavin Beresford, Candy Nilin Inderjeet. I see Marky here as well. Boots on the ground. William Backendon, Boots on the ground. Good to see all of you fantastic folks, guys. As you go, share the live stream. We want to see those emojis. Share the live stream. We want to see all of those emojis. Y'all know we like fish fit. We're craving for it. Come on board and partner with us. We're available via Cash App. It's $sign in the ring 592. We're available via PayPal. Is in the ring 592 at gmail.com. That's our email there. We're available via MMG6276963. Also available via the MoneyGram platform and the Western Union platform. Folks, help our program to keep moving on, to keep going from strength to strength, to keep expanding. We love you guys. That's our time tonight. Share the live stream. Guys, if you're here and you don't share the live stream, you are wicked. Don't get like the PP. We know the wicked stink and dirty. Don't get like them. Share the live stream. Do that for us. We are so grateful. Thank you guys for joining us this evening, and that's our time. That's my time. Good to see all of y'all. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe. I'm walking the corridor.